Afternoon. This is Jackie from Jack Gets Lost Down a Book Hole. So, how are my fellow readers doing this afternoon? I hope you're all doing well. So I am going to sum up my reading month. Now, I know I did try to do, I did do it, the current reads kind of thing, except for I just gave it a different title. But I'm going to give you guys a summary of what I read this month, and then I'm also going to talk about some of the purchases I made recently. They don't necessarily have to do with books. One of them kind of does, actually. But anyway, so I'm going to talk about what I read this month, or at least sum up what I read this month. Okay, so the first thing I started with this month, the first book I talked about in previous videos, was Heartless by Marissa Meyer, which, in case you have not heard, which I find it hard to believe, I think everybody has heard of this book. Mostly everybody. I'm sure there are people that haven't. And, or if you just haven't gotten around to this book, this is the origin story of the Queen of Hearts. And as I said in my weekend reading video, I really enjoyed this book. I admit I'm not a huge fan of Alice in Wonderland or Through the Looking Glass. I thought it was fun and everything, but it just kind of bored me. I mean, I know, surprise. And it was almost too silly and too nonsense, which I know is the point, but it was like, it was hard for me to get into. But I really enjoyed this one, Heartless. Like I said, this is the origin story of the Queen of Hearts, and it kind of explains how the Queen of Hearts became the mad woman we know in the original story, who's all like off with their heads, literally. And we also get origins of some of the other characters, like the Mad Hatter. We find out about the Mock Turtle. We find out about how the Jabberwocky came to be. And I also like the new characters that were introduced, like Jess, who is kind of the love interest in the story. Yes, the Queen of Hearts has a romance, and again, that's pretty common in a lot of YA novels. But this was really fun. It still kind of had that whimsical feel that the original story had, and like I said, I really enjoyed it. And I like how I think it's in the back, like a questionnaire thing in the back. I think. Oh, no, it's in the author's notes. I like how she talked about who inspired her to write this book, and that was Gregory Maguire, who I really like, and I've read some of his books, like I read Mirror, Mirror, Confessions of an Ugly Stepsister, Wicked, A Lion Among Men, Son of a Witch. Although I don't remember, and I need to reread those. So I've bought Wicked. And I'm going to rebuy the other ones as well. But anyway, I liked this. I really, this was fun. So anyway, okay, after that, the two books I read were Order of the Phoenix and Rebel Spring. I finally got past the 5th book in the Harry Potter series. I read this via audio, which I think really helped me get through it, because I think the reason why the first time I attempted to reread the series and I didn't get very far, I didn't get past the 5th book, is because this book, first of all, is super long, and it's also very angsty and dark in the plot. It's very intense, and so the audiobook really helped. And I love how this book dealt with PSTD more, really. Like, I feel like it dealt with it really well. I mean, I don't know a lot about PTSD, but I personally think she did a really good job, but maybe I'm wrong. And it took a lot of dark turns, and and I thought the whole concept of the Order was really interesting and really fun. And Harry finally got to go out with Cho, which did not work out in the end, which was probably for the best. This is not my favorite of the series, but I did enjoy listening to it via audio. And like I said, I'm glad I finally got through it. And I'm almost ready to read I'm ready to read the 7th one, the last one. I'm just waiting for a little while. So the next one, the next one I was reading was Rebel Spring, the second book in the Fallen Kingdom series. I'm really bad at summarizing things, and I've probably already attempted to summarize the series. The plot that's established in the first book in my weekend in reading or my week in reading video. I don't know I think it was week because I only have one video that's weekend in reading. So this is the second one. And as you can tell by the title, there's a rebellion going on in this one, and I like this one, and I like the first one too. I know a lot of people didn't like the first one, or they just thought it was okay. I enjoyed it. I really liked it, and this is definitely a lot easier than A Song of Ice and Fire series, which this is compared to. It's like it says. It's very similar, like with the multi-perspective storyline. There's kingdoms and all these people fighting for power. There's just no chair that they're fighting for, fighting to sit on, which I personally do not get because that chair does not look comfortable. And I mean, come on, the Targaryen's made it out of iron swords. I don't know why anyone would want to sit in that chair without a cushion. And no ice zombies are in this series that we know. There is magic though, and I feel like there is more magic in this series than in Song of Ice and Fire series. But I enjoyed the second one, and I look forward to reading Gathering Darkness. I am just waiting before I read Gathering Darkness. But I do already have Frozen Tides, the 4th one, and then I gotta get Crystal Storm, and I think I'm up to date when I get Crystal Storm, because I don't think she's written the last book yet. I don't know though if I'll read the spin-off series that's a prequel series. I don't know if I'll read that or not. Okay, so the next book was the 6th Harry Potter book. I couldn't wait. I was going to read it next month, but I just could not wait. So this is the 6th book in the series. I really enjoy. This is one of my favorites. I like this one because we get a lot of character development, especially for Draco Malfoy. We learn about Voldemort's background. We get more of who he is, and why he became the man he is in the present. Why he chose Harry as his equal. We also get my favorite ship. My favorite ship is finally born in this book. I am sure if you read the book, you can guess which ship that is. So this is another. I loved all the books I read this month. I am not that hard to please when it comes to books. I mean, there's some books I'm just like, oh, they're okay, or there's some books I'm just like, you know. But so far, I've never read a book that I didn't at least think was okay. But I love all the Harry Potter books. But I do have, again though, I do have favorites. So the last book I read and finished this month is Scarlet, another Marissa Meyer book. This is actually a reread for me, just like Harry Potter is a reread for me. This is the second book in the Lunar Chronicles, which is a sci-fi retelling of classic fairy tales like Cinderella, I was about to call her Sleeping Beauty. No, actually, Little Red Riding Hood, Rapunzel, and Snow White. this was really good. It's probably like my third favorite in the series, my favorite being Crest, the third book. This is the second one, and although this is my favorite, the couple in this book is my second favorite couple. You can see the tip of my dog's tail. He's decided to climb in the chair with me, because he really likes my chair. This is the Little Red Riding Hood retelling. Now this series, each book focuses on a different character, but it's not like a companion series. The story has overlapping conflict and plot. It's just each of the 4 books focuses on a different character. And again, I really enjoyed this book. I look forward to reading Crest, but I'm going to wait and drag that out. And that one has my favorite couple, and is my favorite book of the series. So currently, I'm still reading this one, but as I've said multiple times before, I'm having a hard time with this book. But I am reading it. I have such mixed feelings about not Marissa Meyer. Sarah J. Maas's amazing writing. I love her books. But then, there's certain plot points I don't like. In her books, but I'm still enjoying it too, It's just, I'm very frustrated with certain characters in this book. But, I'm sure you all know, because I mentioned several times who I am a fan of. I am currently reading also this one, the third book in the Raven cycle, because I finally got the 4th book. I got it for Christmas from my sister. This is the 3rd book. So I was waiting before I read the 3rd book, because I didn't know how long it will be before I got the 4th one, the last book in the series. So this is the 3rd book is called Blue Lily, Lily Blue. I hear that this is a lot of people's favorite book in the series. So we will find out if it's also my favorite book in the series. I'm on chapter 20, so I'm going to way into the book. I got spoiled for an aspect in the book on accident. I let myself get spoiled. So, in that, I'm kind of anticipating that plot point. It's a plot point that I like. So, I'm anticipating if that one's coming up soon. I'm enjoying this book. I really love that series. I also really like the covers. I love the covers of this series. Like, they all look like something out of a painting. I think that's really cool. And I don't know why, but when I look at this character, I think of Peter Pan a little bit. Or, I also think that this is what one of the characters is going to become in the story. I don't know, though. I don't know. It's weird because it's a face. It's someone's face. But then maybe there's a mythical being in the story. That's what this is. This mythical being in the story, something. Or one of the Raven Boys becomes this. I don't know. That's just my theory, but it's probably not true. Probably not the case. It's probably the latter. As in the one where this is a mythical being in Caves Water or something. Anyway, that's what I'm reading. And as another little update, first of all, I got this, which is a 2018 planner. I like having planners. It has all the months. It also has a section for where you can post your goals and stuff in here. You can post your goals on this page. This is like little notes of what you want, my ideas and stuff for the future and my dreams and all that kind of stuff. And then there's all my goals, and then there's kind of a checklist of, where you a checklist of your routine, and then like important things you need to put on your calendars, and then it has all the calendars. So far I've only put my work dates on here and a few birthdays. It has this where you can write down your schedule for each month, and I always look for this in a planner, which is the notes section. I like note sections because I'm big on writing things down and making lists and stuff. So I just wanted to show off that I really like this. I was trying to avoid getting another notebook. So this is something that's more of a practical thing. And then I also purchased, I needed new markers because, now this is what I mean by sort of. Because this Christmas I got a Throne of Glass and a Court of Thorns and Roses coloring books. So it sort of is connected to books. So I got all these new markers because my original markers were starting to run out of ink. And I think my mom is going to order me other ones like the Sharpies, a collection of Sharpies. And we also got a case to put them in so that I can put them like upside down in here so that the ink can run down. Unfortunately, this is not something I can bring with me, so I'll probably have to bring a Ziploc baggie with me when I go places if I want to bring my coloring stuff. So I brought that, and recently, one of booktubers I really like watching, I can't remember her name. She's a Scottish booktuber, actually. What is her name? Jean's Bookish Thoughts or something? I can't remember. I'm sorry. But I totally forgot her name, her booktube name. But she was talking about, she was having stationery hauls and stuff. And I think she mentioned having gel pens. And I saw these. I can't remember, at Walmart no, we didn't go to Walmart that day. Not Tuesday mornings. But another one, a store like that, I saw these for, I think, $9. There was one, a bigger collection that was like for $10, but I decided to get the $9 one instead. This is a collection of gel pens. I don't want to, let's see. This is really cool. Like, you have the ones that are kind of sparkly, and then you have the ones that are like the regular ones. And I'm keeping them in their case because they're more, when I go traveling, if I want to bring all of them with me, although what I might do when I go traveling, just bring only one or two of them, or three. See, look at all those colors. So pretty. I remember really liking gel pens. My only problem with gel pens is they can potentially smear. But my mom was all like, if you want them and it's going to bother you, then just go get them. Because I'm the type of person that I try to talk myself out of a purchase, but I say it out loud. So if my mom's there, she gets annoyed easily and is like, fine, you want them, go buy them. And like I said, they were $9, so it wasn't too expensive, but I was never a really good judge of money. So maybe that is kind of pricey for a bunch of gel pens. But I just wanted to get some gel pens, and like I said, Jean's Bookish Thoughts got me thinking about it too. So, and I remember really liking gel pens, and I already started using some of them. But they're so pretty, and I like the sparkly ones. And I think I didn't appreciate them before when I had them as a kid, so now I can appreciate them more as an adult. Okay, so those are the book purchases that I wanted to mention, or not book purchase. Those are the other things I bought recently that aren't necessarily have to do with books, but I wanted to share them. So what did you guys read this month? do you have a favorite book that you read this month? I don't really have a favorite book I read this month. I like all the books I read this month, but do you guys have a favorite book you read this month? Or maybe you're like me and don't have a favorite book. And let's see what else. I will get better at this. I will get better at these and be smoother with my videos. But so again, just feel free to share what you read this month, and and I will talk to you guys later. All right, bye.